come back to comedy? I can't. I can't.
He's about to cry. Was he going to cry there? Was he going to cry?
Okay, you come back to comedy? I can't. I can't be selfish anymore. I can't. It's not about me. It's about the kids. So I can't do both. I can't. And be present. Like, I've never missed a Tigers practice ever. Never missed practice. Bossy's starting out, never misses practice.
I'm going to quickly interrupt there and say, I think that's a bad thing. I think you should give your kids room. Not going to lie. I think you should let your kids grow. You should let your kids mature. Just let your kid make their own friends, make mistakes, and not always have you glaring over their shoulder. Going to every single practice and stuff is good on paper. It sounds good in the podcast. It makes you sound like a fucking superhero dad, like you always want to sound like, right? He's never fallible. He's always a superhero, Superman, fucking Batman dad or whatever. But I don't think going to your every kid's game is the one. I think you should let them have some room to breathe, to be on their own with kids their own age and shit and fuck around and stuff. I don't know. Maybe mix up a bit. Maybe go to one. Maybe miss what one and the other. You know what I mean? Maybe miss either one here and there. I don't think that's a great thing, personally. I could be wrong though.
Never. You love it so much.
It was what I was born to do.
Yeah.
Like, and I was sharing this with his dad the other day. His son's 7. He's on travel ball, and his dad was like, "Yeah, it's our first time," and and I was like, "I'll let you know now. It's a lot. It's a lot." And summer vacations, those are gone. Like, parents in the neighborhood, like, "Oh, we're going to Fiji or Hawaii or Tahiti for vacation. What are you guys doing?" I'm like, "Playing baseball."
That's it.
And now you might hear that and go, "What? There's nothing better."
I love that.
That's why I told his dad. He's like, "Man, no."
So your kid can't go. You can't go on vacation with your kids because you're hoping he makes it professional. That sounds like a bit of a horrible childhood, no? What about if he doesn't make it professional? What about if he doesn't have any interest in going pro? What if he's just playing now because you give him the attention? Like, and I wonder why he's never thought about that. Maybe the kid hasn't even decided what he wants to do. Maybe he's just playing now because it's fun with his friends. But there will come a point where he might not like it anymore. Then what? Then you missed out on time to go on vacation because you're focusing on his career, which is not even... It's almost like he wants his kid to have a career in baseball, but does he even know if his kid wants it? Strange.
Vacations, this, I know it. Outside looking in, you're like, "Oh my God." But I'm like, I'm telling you, it's worth it. You're going to be in some shitty town in Texas, but it's going to be the best time.
Yeah.
There's going to be snacks. Your kid's going to ball out.
Yeah.
You're going to be in some shitty hotel. It's the best.
Yeah. Got to get my kids in tennis camp right now. All right.
Also, I think it's really weird that he's hiding his failure of his comedy career behind his kids. I don't think that's cool. I think it's okay to be like, yeah, it didn't work out. You gave it a go. You gave comedy a go. You were pretty shit at it. Or maybe it's not the shit. You just didn't have the temperament to put up with the suck, because when Rogan left, once he became not good with certain comedians and maybe he felt uncomfortable going certain places, he immediately quit. He didn't really stay and fight, as he always says, right? Why didn't we fight? He didn't really fight for his career. He didn't really fight for his right to do stand-up. He kind of abandoned it as soon as all of his help and his friends and his comfort space and shit was gone. So cool, you stopped it, and now you've the truth is better than the lie. Although it does sound kind of crazy, I don't think it's that bad to be like, yeah, there was a point when I was doing comedy where I didn't really appreciate my family that much. I didn't really spend that much time with them because I was away on the road. I was actively taking time away from them to not be at home because I like to do comedy more, hang out with the boys. But now that I'm older, because you're always maturing, we're always learning as people. And now that I'm not doing comedy and I'm spending more time at home, I'm realizing just how awesome it is to be present in your kids' lives. Just how awesome it is to be like around. Although it's a super redacted thing to admit, it's super bad. It makes you look kind of shitty. The truth is the truth. Like, you can clearly see, although he's lying about how he got there, you can clearly see he does enjoy being around his family a lot more. He's realizing that it's kind of cool, that he's got 3 kids, they're growing up well, he's moved to a new place. He doesn't mind it. It's not as boring or as shitty as he probably would have thought. But the reasons for it are very different than what he's saying. He's trying to make it seem like, oh, I quit stand-up to be with my kids. No, you didn't, bro. You quit stand-up because stand-up quit on you. There was no option out. Do you know what I mean? You weren't selling tickets. People didn't give a fuck about your comedy. You got a worst reviewed special ever. That's why you quit. You quit because you were terrible at it, which is okay to say. But this lying and that, oh yeah, I chose my kids over comedy. No, you didn't. Because we know in the past you chose comedy over your kids plenty of times. When the option was available, you always chose comedy. Like your other colleagues. It's not even only reserved to Brendan, because he's not the only one. Most stand-up comedians seem like they're deadbeat dads anyway, with the exception of maybe a couple. Most stand-up comedians give me the impression that they, would rather be anywhere else than home raising their children. They all want to. I think they would rather just pop in when the kid is like a teenager. They don't ever want to take part in like anything under 5. They're not really there for. So yeah, he's not the only one that did it, but still, let's admit what's going on, man. Let's fucking admit it. But hey, what do I know? Nothing.